On behalf of EAI, we really thank you for sharing a valuable time with us during the very busy and tight schedule. General James D. Thurman is the commander for UNC, CFC, and USFK. General Thurman has extensive Army and Joint Staff experience and operational combat experience. He commanded troops in Kosovo and Iraq and also was the multinational division commander responsible for all coalition operations in Baghdad. He was the chief, J5 for Allied Forces Southern Europe in Italy, the deputy chief of staff, G3 for headquarters, Department of the Army, the chief of operations, C3 for coalition forces, land component command in Kuwait. General Thurman has attended numerous military schools and is a graduate of the Command and General Staff College and the Army War College. His awards include the Distinguished Service Medal, Defense Superior Service Medal, Bronze Star Medal, and the Meritorious Service Medal. Please welcome General Thurman.
Well, good afternoon, and thanks for inviting me here today. And I'm very much honored to serve here in the Republic of Korea. Ambassador Jung, former ROK ambassador to Japan and England, Professor Ha, Professor Chun, members of the East Asia Institute, and distinguished guests, thank you for the participation in this great event. As I remarked to Professor Ha, I believe the title is right for this conference. And so I commend you for picking a title and have good positive dialogue and discussion as we talk about the new security order that you have rightfully laid out. Professor Chun, again, thank you for your kind introduction and for inviting me to speak today. I'm honored and privileged to speak to this distinguished group. Your work in expanding dialogue about Eastern Asian affairs and the importance of the ROK-U.S. alliance provides a great service to both our nations. So thank you very much. As a commander of United Nations Command, Combined Forces Command, and United States Forces Korea, I'm very honored to have the privilege of leading the outstanding soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines and civilians of this command, and standing side by side with the great ROK military. The military element of the greatest alliance in the world, the ROK-U.S. alliance, only gets stronger every day, and that's what I've observed since I had the opportunity to replace General Skip Sharp in July. As I previously said, the theme of this conference, a new security order in East Asia and the ROK-U.S. alliance, is relevant as we look both at the dynamics of Northeast Asia region and the future of the ROK-U.S. alliance. Northeast Asia is an important region for the greater global community. This region is home to some of the largest and fastest growing economies and militaries in the world. The countries of Northeast Asia produce 1/5 of the world economic output and is responsible for 19% of world trade. Most notably, Northeast Asia continues to be a global economic engine despite the current financial challenges that we see around the globe. This region is also home to 4 of the 6 largest militaries in the world. 3 countries in the region possess nuclear capabilities, and all the countries in this region continue to modernize their armed forces to meet current and perceived future security threats. We're seeing countries in this region embracing efforts to attain and develop new and asymmetric technologies as alternatives to maintaining large-standing militaries. Regrettably, North Korea continues to lead this effort. North Korea has turned to ballistic missile technology, weapons of mass destruction, and other asymmetric capabilities to meet its perceived security needs. The United Nations Security Council and responsible nations in the region have called on the North to abandon these weapons programs. I again call on North Korea to cease its development and testing of nuclear weapons and their means of delivery and fulfill its existing commitments to denuclearize. I believe North Korea's growing asymmetric capabilities increasingly threaten peninsular and regional stability. We must remain prepared and ready to defend against and deter these sorts of capabilities. Over the last 60 years, the ROK-U.S. alliance has grown into the strongest alliances in the world, one of the strongest alliances in the world. It has grown from one singularly focused on defense of a valued ally to one of shared intrinsic values like democracy, free market economies, and human rights. Last week, our tremendous alliance became more multifaceted through the U.S. Senate ratification of the Korean-U.S. Free Trade Agreement. Today, this alliance stands very strong, and it's ready to deter aggression on the Korean Peninsula and defend these values. As always, our alliance is prepared to fight and win if deterrence should fail. That said, the ROK-U.S. alliance is about much more than North Korea. As a result of our enduring commitment to our South Korean allies and the unparalleled strategic importance of Northeast Asia, I want to emphasize that the United States remains committed in the region both now and in the future. The United States is and always will be a strategic partner with its allies and friends in this region. The ROK-U.S. alliance is one example of a pillar of this commitment. While our alliance is meeting the security challenges that it faces today, it is evolving to ensure that it can meet any potential security challenges in the future. Looking ahead, we must continue strengthening and transforming our alliance in response to current and future security challenges. The United States fully supports our South Korean allies' increasing initiatives to maintain international peace and stability. We're grateful for the ROK military contributions in Iraq, Afghanistan, and off the Horn of Africa. We are also grateful for the hard work the Republic of Korea does worldwide to eliminate poverty and disease. We look forward to even greater cooperation on these international issues in the future. In fact, our governments have already developed a plan to prepare for this future of greater bilateral partnership. In June 2009, President Obama and President Lee signed and issued the Joint Vision Statement. This statement affirms our shared common values and asserts that these shared values transcend the Korean Peninsula and the region. The Joint Vision Statement commits our countries to building a comprehensive strategic alliance of bilateral, regional, and global scope to meet this reality. In order to implement the Joint Vision Statement, we have developed and implemented Strategic Alliance 2015. This is a comprehensive plan that allows the alliance to synchronize multiple key initiatives to successfully transfer wartime operational control of South Korean military forces to the Chairman of the Republic of Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff. It also synchronizes the ongoing initiatives using a whole-of-government approach to propel the alliance into the future. And we can never overlook that. The military element of the alliance is one piece. And I submit to you the whole-of-government approach is one of the things that I've learned in my experiences after watching the United States be at war for over 10 years. And we got to continue to develop that. Strategic Alliance 2015 includes 4 major components that I will highlight. First, we continue to refine and develop realistic plans and execute exercises based on the full range of possible North Korean actions, including provocations, instability, and direct attack. Second, we're changing our ROK-U.S. organizational structures and command and control relationships by 2015. Third, the ROK military is developing additional capabilities that will allow them to be ready for OPCON transition. Finally, we're realizing greater efficiencies by consolidation of U.S. forces into two enduring hubs around Pyeongtaek and Daegu. The alliance is moving forward with the implementation of this plan. We're well into the execution of the land partnership plan, and we look forward to gaining momentum in executing the Yongsan relocation plan. We continue to review these plans and all our transformation initiatives that are currently ongoing in order to ensure that we are positioning capabilities in the proper locations and gaining desired efficiencies. We're ensuring that these initiatives meet the current and future needs of the alliance. Our exercise program is in full implementation. We're using our exercises to confirm that our plans are valid and the proper organizational structures with proper command and control relationships are in place. Our exercise program is of particular importance as it enables us to identify and refine capabilities, both military and civilian, which I believe is required to continue to strengthen this alliance as we move into the future. It is of vital importance that both of our countries invest in the necessary military capabilities to be best prepared for an uncertain future. There's one thing I've learned. Every time we try to predict the future, we get it wrong. We get it wrong. And that is one thing I've learned in my nearly 37 years of wearing this uniform. So under Strategic Alliance 2015, there will be no loss of any capability currently available to the alliance. However, as we move beyond transfer of wartime operational control of South Korean forces and look at the overall global security cooperation, it is important that both partners have a shared commitment to building these capabilities so that we complement one another. It is of critical importance that the ROK military have the right equipment, organization, and training in place to lead the combined joint fight should that occur on this peninsula. It is imperative that the ROK possess persistent surveillance, interoperable joint command and control, and communication systems, computers and intelligence systems. That is very critical as we move into the future. Anti-submarine and countermine naval warfare capabilities and capabilities to offset asymmetric threats to ensure the ROK Joint Chiefs of Staff have all the tools in their kit bag they need to lead the defense of this great nation. Strategic Alliance 2015 is about much more than transition of wartime operational control. It also synchronizes ongoing initiatives, as I spoke of earlier, using a whole-of-government approach to propel the alliance into the future. Our countries need to develop and resource our whole-of-government capabilities. And I'm specifically talking about diplomatic, informational, and economic tools, to name a few, because I believe they are as important as military tools in dealing with security challenges. It is important that these investments are made in resourcing and training of these elements of national power. They are important shaping activities which, when used concurrently, can mitigate the need for military force. Recent North Korean provocations and attacks only serve to highlight the importance of increased capabilities across the whole of government, not just the military. As we face challenges, we should always focus on alliance-based solutions for alliance problems. And I think that is very critical as we move into the future. Strategic Alliance 2015 builds upon already unbreakable foundation of our great alliance. It enables our alliance to realize the full extent of capabilities to deter and defeat any type of North Korean aggression should that occur. It also enables the alliance to provide a greater contribution to peace and stability in the region and around the globe. And I think that's absolutely critical as we move into the future. Again, thank you for allowing me to come and share some of these thoughts with you and give you a perspective of where we're headed, at least from the military element here that's on the peninsula. This conference shows you all that we must remain committed to peace and stability in this region, particularly on the Korean Peninsula. The ROK-U.S. alliance is the strongest in the world, and I will tell you, as long as I'm the commander of United Nations Command, Combined Forces Command, U.S. Forces Korea, I will do my very, very best to continue to propel this alliance into the future and continue to strengthen it so we may have peace and stability on the peninsula. Again, I thank you for inviting me to share some of these thoughts with you. I wish you the very, very best. Regrettably, I'm going to have to go to another meeting, so I'm not going to be able to stick around and entertain any questions. So thank you so much for having me here today. Kamsahamnida, Kachikapshida.